Welcome to February's Q&A video. I've decided that I'm going to do a Q&A each month with a different theme. So last month was moving to London with Lou, and this month it is a sibling Q&A with this girl here.
My name is Smayjay. I'm Charlie's sister.
Yes, she is. She has a YouTube channel of her own as well, which you should definitely go and check out and subscribe to. Be linked down there. She makes DIY videos and things. Lean over so they can see your cactus.
No, this way. Ta-da!
So we tweeted out asking people to ask us questions about like being sisters, I guess. Yeah. Moving over here, growing up, etc. And we got some really good ones, didn't we? So we're gonna answer them now. The first one comes from Borja, and he says, how did you decide to live together? Didn't any of you two want to be more independent with no family around?
Well, obviously growing up we lived together and we didn't really have a choice about that. But when I was living in Oxford a few years ago and Charlie was at university, I was going to be moving to the same city as her for my university, and at that stage we'd kind of gotten over the whole like being just sisters things, and we were just good friends, and we both wanted to Charlie suggested that we live together and I didn't know who else I was going to live with, so yeah, we decided to and we liked it, so we've been living together ever since.
Yeah, we have. So we've only really lived apart for like 4 years of our life. So the other half of Borja's question, and also we had these questions from Laura as well. She says, don't you ever get tired of having each other around? It can be a huge support, but do you ever want away time? And does it ever feel like not having full independence, as in someone checking in on you all the time? The pros and cons.
I think we have a good balance of being independent and like being sisters and hanging out. So we're not spending 24/7 together. Sometimes we'll both be at home, but I'll be in my room doing something and Charlie will be in her room doing something. But it is just nice to, I guess, to come home to having a family at home. So, you know, if you do have troubles or there's something going on that you want to talk to someone about, it is nice to have that support system there. But we are both very independent, like we still have our own friends and our own lives, and I've never felt like that you're holding me back or anything. I don't know about you.
Me neither. I think it's awesome living with my sister because, like, you know, in flatting situations sometimes there can be situations where like, oh, someone didn't empty the dishwasher, or like, oh, you left the kitchen such a mess, and then people write like passive aggressive notes and things. But with us, I can just be like, ooh, you left the kitchen a mess, you know? And like you can just talk to each other and be completely 100% honest, and it's fine.
I think also to do with flatting, like when everybody grows up, they obviously have their own habits and the way that they're used to living. And sometimes when you're living like with someone else that isn't your family, your like ways of living can be different. So for ours, because we're so compatible, like I find it kind of hard to answer because we've never really had troubles.
We're both completely independent and don't feel like, you know, I hope you don't feel like I'm like checking like don't stare up too late. I want to answer this one from Hannah where she says, how did you find out that you both wanted to move to London? And I'm going to answer this because basically one day I was listening to a podcast and I'll put a link to it down below. It was called Why You Should Quit Your Day Job, and it was all about how you should just like follow your dreams, and like now or never you need to make a plan to have the life that you want and commit to achieving it. And I decided that I'd been wanting to move overseas for years and it had always been like never the right time, and I decided to just make it the right time. So it was like during the workday, right? And I texted Sammy and I was like, I want to move to London, do you want to come?
Pretty much.
Our friend Lucia has asked, were you close growing up or did that happen once you got older?
I think this kind of goes back to what I was saying before about why we wanted to live together. Obviously there was a few years when like Charlie was a senior in high school and I was a junior, that I was the annoying dorky sister that, you know, had so much, I really wanted to like hang out with Charlie all the time and she wanted nothing to do with me.
And then I think that was like my teenage years pretty much.
Because there's 3 years different, so it's like, it's not very much, but also when you're going through those kind of formative teenage years, it is a long time.
Yeah, like when you're a teenager, there's a big difference between being 16 and being 13, you know, whereas being 23 and being 20, it's not that much different. Okay, Lauren has asked, who is the most outgoing / ambitious? And I kind of think that, like, I think you're more outgoing and I'm more ambitious.
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say? Yeah. So I don't think that either of us is like more of both of those things together, if that makes sense. Amanda has asked, what annoys you most about each other, and also the thing you love most about each other. I know. What annoys me most about you?
What?
When you don't eat and you get hangry. She gets like, I
don't know if this is like half a compliment or half of what annoys me the most, but sometimes I'll have an idea that I really want to do something and I'll like try and go out and do it and it just doesn't work, it fails. And I feel like Charlie works really hard for what she achieves, but I also feel like because you work so hard and you know what you want so much, things from the outside seem really easy for you. Like you're
So
like,
you
oh, I
think
want to
that
do
I
this.
can just get an idea and do it?
Yeah, when obviously I know that there's like more behind the scenes, but sometimes it really frustrates me when I like struggle with something and I'm trying to do something and then you're just like, oh, I've done this, and I'm like, why do you have to be so good?
I think we're going to film a video about creativity and that
Yeah,
sort of
we
thing
are. On my
over
channel.
on Sammy's channel after this, so there'll be a link to that down below. So the second half of Amanda's question was what do you love most about each other, and that's also what Rebecca has asked. I think I love that, yeah, having Sammy is like having a built-in friend.
Yeah.
Like always someone to talk to and like who will care about your dumb work stories, you know? And always like be excited about the same things, like Pretty Little Liars and stuff, and we can share clothes and things.
Yeah, I
That's
think
really
we have a
cool.
good level of similar stuff that we like, but also stuff that's different. So
Yeah.
in terms of like fashion and things, we might be quite similar, but in terms of music, lately we've been like completely different
Yeah.
in terms of what I like versus what Charlie likes, but we're still able to talk about new songs that we like or new concerts that we've been to and things. And it is, yeah, that's a good point. It is like having a built-in friend that's always around that, you know, you can talk about anything with.
Rebecca has asked, what was your favourite family holiday as children? We went on loads of family holidays as children, right?
Yeah, we were quite lucky in that respect.
Yeah, we grew up in Asia, so when I was 5 and you were 2, we moved to Brunei in the island of Borneo, and we lived there for about 6 years, and from there we'd go like every school holidays, like drive to different Asian countries, I suppose.
Yeah.
We went to Indonesia and Malaysia. I don't know where we would have gone, but like just in general, I think my favourite family holidays were ones where we would go and stay at, like, this is gonna sound really fancy, but we'd go to like resorts and just stay in a hotel
Yeah.
with a swimming pool, and basically we would just spend all day in the swimming pool,
Yeah,
right?
pretty much.
Like playing, and we'd make up like games and things and little
Marco
like,
Polo and stuff.
yeah, we just play for hours and hours in the swimming pool.
I have an answer for this, but it's not actually a location, but it's something to do with our family holidays. When we used to go on long road trips, something that we would do as a family, well, Charlie would create mixtapes or mix
Yeah.
CDs for us, and to make it even, because obviously like between Charlie and I and our parents, we'd all have different music tastes, so there would be a song that my dad liked and then a song that my mum likes and then Charlie and then mine and vice versa, or so it was kind of cool to, you know, before a family holiday, this would be this big thing that we were building to make this CD, and then you'd listen to your song and then you'd have to listen to 3 other songs that you didn't really care about, and then you get to listen to yours.
And I got really
again.
annoyed when other people chose really long songs,
Yeah.
because then they'd be in between mine.
But it was, I think, because we still have those obviously, and it's like a fun memory that's almost like a time capsule as well, to see
Yeah.
what songs you were obsessed with on those holidays and things.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Venga Boys on mine.
Yeah.
Rachel has asked us who's Elsa and who's Anna, not just based on birth order. So, disclaimer, neither Sammy or I have seen Frozen, right? You haven't
No.
seen it, so don't know who's older out of those 2 people, but I know they're like Disney princesses, right? But Rachel said that Elsa is more responsible and Anna is more carefree. So based on that, what do you think?
Well, I feel like you're very responsible, but I don't know how like carefree.
I definitely
am.
think you're more carefree. Definitely. Like, Sammy would be the one who'd like, you know, on New Year's, for example, it got to midnight and I was like, bedtime, and Sammy was like, yay, let's go and celebrate with our friends at the pub.
Yeah, okay. I had also just had a nap though, so.
Yeah, still, I don't know. I just feel like you're more carefree. Our friend Jake had what definitely wins the best question for this Q&A, and probably any Q&A ever. He has asked, if you could only use the things in your respective handbags to fight, who would win? So let's
See.
look. Well, mine's mostly full of rubbish.
Okay, I've got a few options here. I could stab you with a pen.
Yay!
I could.
Well, I've got a pen too, so that one's ruled out. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I could spray you in the face with some dry shampoo to cause a distraction,
Okay, yeah.
or I could hit you with an umbrella.
I have an IKEA pencil. It could sharpen and get pretty stabby. Or I could try and give you a paper cut with this train ticket or one of the many other paper items that I have in my bag. I don't know, I think you might win. My wallet's pretty heavy. Let's feel the difference between my wallet and... No, your umbrella that you were going to hit me with.
Alright.
I think that my wallet would do more damage than your umbrella.
Yeah, this is only like a Primark one.
Yep, okay.
Ooh, but think about it. I don't mind hitting you with this £1 Primark umbrella, but would you really want to hit me with the Michael Kors wallet? Okay, no, that's that.
For the last question, Lauren asks, who was the mischievous one when you were children?
I feel like that was me.
Yeah, I definitely think that was you. Good, we agree. Okay, that is all the questions that we have time for today. This is already a very long video, so thank you if you stuck around to the end. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you did. Now you need to head on over to Smayjay's channel and watch the video that we're going to film right now after this about creativity. We're going to have a chat about staying creative, getting motivation and things, right? So it should be good. So we'll see you over there. Make sure you subscribe to it while you're there, and I will see you next week. Bye.